So apparently, the seat next to mine, there was a girl, like with long hair, just sitting there at the computer with her head down like that.
Welcome back to the show. And she's B and I'm Belle. As you can tell from the setting. So basically for B, her TikTok, remember when we talked about TikTok, everybody has a curated explore page on TikTok. Hers is mainly filled with paranormal activity. Basically, not paranormal activity per se. She just likes to find out more about like ghost stories. The last time I read a ghost story was when I was 7.
Today, we've been asked to share some of our own paranormal experiences, of which we have many. So it was an office retreat. It was the retreat. And then we were sharing a room. And every time I travel, I'll bring a Bible, okay? Like as a sense of security. And I would usually lay this beside our bed. If you step into a room and you notice that the Bible has been opened up, you know something is wrong, right? Because you wouldn't necessarily open a Bible unless there's a reason for you to do so, right? So every night we put it by the side of our bed and then go to sleep, nothing happened. And we came back one day from outside and my Bible was open.
I remember your Bible. Then she freaked out. She freaked out so bad after that. I was like, why? Bible open, then close it back up. She's like, no. It is not supposed to be open.
Yeah, and I mean like, our room is like, it's aircon. There's no way that a gust of wind would have just opened the Bible up. And it was open. And then I was like, no. And then Belle was like, how?
Okay, this is my scariest story. I was in Laos. I think I told you this story before. This place was called the Plains of Jars. So just to give you some pictures for context, this place is a beautiful place with like an extensive land filled with jars. And mind you, these jars are as big as us. The tale goes that, people created these jars to make wine during the World War. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, right? And we had to feature one of those places. And when we checked into the reception, there was only one lamp turned on. And everything was very dark. I, being very scared of everything, I shared a room with another girl. So we went to sleep, we went to shower, and after we went to sleep, and I really felt very uncomfortable because that place is just very dimly lit. It didn't feel very comfortable. And I remember I was like, okay, I was staying with another girl, and I told myself, Belle, if you're scared, make sure that you're the first one to fall asleep. So I fell asleep, I think, at around 12:30. I woke up at 1:30. I woke up to the sound of footsteps. A girl on stilettos. And it's like the kind of stilettos that's on parquet floor. Like top, top. Like she's like walking on parquet floor. So I just told myself, okay, just don't look anywhere, use your phone. And guess what? My phone died.
Oh shit.
Barely have any internet, your phone died, you don't want to wake people up. And on top of that, suddenly you hear the stilettos on the top, like clicking again. Then I look at the clock. 4:30 a.m. Then I told myself, I really need to sleep. So I prayed. I was like, okay, please let me sleep. If you let me sleep, next morning, I'm going to just look outside and nothing is going to be wrong. I didn't even want to go to the toilet because I was very scared. So long story short, I went to bed, thinking and telling myself that outside is a branch that's hitting against, something, that's why that's making a sound. I woke up and I was like, coming out with my backpack, I look outside. Nothing was around the compound. There's no trees, no nothing. And I don't know what made the sound.
Okay, this one, I think I told you before, but basically we used to work together, right? And we were in a shop house. And Belle is convinced that all shop houses are haunted.
I mean,
right.
I always believe that if a place is inhabited by a lot of people throughout the years, or whether, 30, 40 years, there's obviously good energy and bad energy, right? And a place just harvests all the energy and it's just stuck there. So I don't really want to live in a shop house because I am scared I don't know, how the energy is like there. Obviously, when you go there, you'll know. But sometimes it just takes you staying there for probably a few months. Then suddenly you find out. So I generally just...
A lot of these happened when both of us weren't there. The one thing that happened to me, and again in the broad daylight, I don't understand but okay, so I sit next to the pantry, you remember, right? So I sit next to the pantry, and then there's only one toilet that we all share on the ground floor. So essentially, like, if it's locked, that's it. You gotta hold your pee until the person comes out. So I went there, I tried the door, it was locked. So I turned around, walked back to my seat. And then I went back, like, in about half an hour's time. I went to the door again, I tried the door, and it was still locked. Like who is inside for so long, right? Then that was when we started to get concerned, because, like, what if the person is sick or, like, fainted in the toilet, right? And nobody knows, right? So, like, after that, I got, I knocked on the door, and I was like, is anybody there? And nobody answered, right? So I went out, I got one of my colleagues, right, to come with me to the door, and then she also tried the door, and it was locked. And then we were like, oh, shoot, like, should we find out, like, what happened?
And who was inside?
Yeah, and who's inside, right? But then, after that, I tried the door again, and it opened like, and there was nobody inside.
Maybe the lock faulty, yeah.
But, like, can't be just me, right? Because I got someone else to try, and they couldn't open the door. And then only after that, then when I pull again one more time, and it wasn't like I used excessive force or whatever. I just tried the door, it just opened, and there was nobody inside. And then I was like, okay.
But I think to give you some context, that place, a lot of other people experienced something very uncomfortable as well. Then
Second floor toilet, right?
Yeah, but soon after, I think they just vacated the place and they just left.
Like, apparently, if you go up to the second floor toilet, number one, the cats rarely go up there, or they'll sit there and stare into thin air. Like, and then if you go into the second floor toilet, there was actually a video recording of someone sitting there. So the production team worked upstairs, and then there was a video recording of the toilet door, like, slowly swinging open, like that. And it was, like, fully air conditioned. And the moment she saw that, she was like, I'm out. She stood up and, like, just walked out of the room, like, damn quickly. Yeah, and that was a video that was being shared. And then I think even the people who stayed at the shop house also stopped doing that, because they could feel someone pulling the blankets or walking down the hallway.
I guess none of us will want to stay in the shop house. Unless we are that unafraid, because I think a lot of people still value, how shop houses have a lot of, like,
Character.
Yeah. And it's very pretty, there's a lot of stories behind it, and if they're unafraid of, like, such experiences, or maybe shop houses just don't have such experiences. There are some that probably don't have also. Yeah.
But even my second office also, which was another shop house along Boat Quay side, like, I wasn't there, but one of my friends is quite sensitive to these kind of things. And then they were working in office after hours, and then suddenly she stood up and she said, we have to go now. And then everyone was like, why? Like, I need to finish my work. And she's like, no, we have to go now. So apparently, the seat next to mine, there was a girl, like, with long hair, just sitting there at the computer, with her head down like that. And then my colleague was across, like, opposite, because our computers were lined up like that in a row. So one person sit here, one person sit here. So she was opposite and she could see. And she said that normally, to her, she can tell what's a good entity and what's a bad entity. And she said that one was just a bad entity, and they had to, like, get out, like, right now. So they basically just stood up, pretended that nothing happened, and then just left, like, the office. And that's, like, next to my seat leh. Like, So, like, the next morning when I sat down, I was like, hello. And I started my work. Yeah, and then that was all that happened. Nothing else happened after that really.
I guess we can all, just agree that all these entities exist in some form, one way or another, whether they're good or bad. I'm really scared. I guess B is a little less afraid. But as long as we kind of respect that we share the same space. And we do not like overly like provoke it, we do not put ourselves in harm's way. I guess we'll be fine.
I think just don't tempt fate. Like, don't do anything that will put you in harm's way. Yeah, really. If not, you never know.
Like don't push it.
Yeah.
A lot of us sometimes they're like, yeah, no such thing. But I always feel that as long as you are not pushing it, you are respectful. I think we'll all be pretty fine.
Sadly, we haven't managed to go overseas in a while. But now I'm like quite interested to see like if anything happens. Right? I don't know. Like, anyway, we can go on and on about like all these ghost stories and all these random things. But yes, if you guys have any stories to share, we love to hear from you. Maybe not Belle.
But honestly, I'm sure all of us have such stories, whether we are overthinking or we are like, it's really true. But at the end of the day, to a lot of us, we will never know. Other than the fact that it made us uncomfortable, probably make your goosebumps stand, your hair stand. But yeah, just stay safe. If you have any, stories you want to share, please leave us, the stories in the comments below. I think a lot of us will be quite interested to find out and read.
What would you do if you came across like a ghost in person? That is exactly what she would do. Would you guys say hi? Like, if you know that that person is not really like would you like, hello?
I think I'll take a long time to just, process the fact. And then after that, I'll still forever be in doubt. But maybe we're leaving you with this question. So we are leaving you with this question. What would you do? Yeah. Okay, that's all we have for today.
I don't know there. I think I would. Okay, what happened?
What will you do if you come across?
I think I won't be able. I'll be like paralyzed with fear. Like, I want to look away, but I can't look away. I'll just keep staring at it. It's like how when I wash my hair, I want to look at the ghost in the eye, right? In case you're standing in front of me, and I stare down at you, even though I'm washing my hair. So if the ghost is in front of me, I'll stare at you, like, what you doing? But yes, tell us what you do. Stay safe, be safe,
And we'll see you next time.
bye bye.